Good morning. Again, my name is Michael Landowski, and I'm doing the interactive assignment for noise pollution today. I happen to be reading an article from Science News called Noisy Roads Increase Risk of High Blood Pressure. And in a nutshell, it basically says, the article states that people who live near noisy intersections or closer to the freeway seem to have a higher risk of hypertension, which makes sense. Recently, I lived downtown Medford. However, the area I lived in was relatively quiet. Recently, I moved to the eastern side of Medford, I suppose, and I live on a very busy intersection. And I've noticed that I find it harder to sleep, even though it's been a month or so. I guess after reading this article, I realized that because of the traffic noise, I am a little more stressed out. It seems, lack of sleep. Every time you try to go to sleep and, cars are going up and down the road, you have those loud diesel trucks. And then on the weekends, Friday and Saturday and sometimes Sunday, you got the younger generation just ripping around in their cars. It's unbelievably annoying, and hence it does cause stress for me for not being able to sleep well, since I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. One of the other things I noticed here recently too is that by working out at the VA in White City, because it's a no smoking facility, they have allowed 2 areas that are right next to Highway 62. And I was sitting out there talking with a fellow worker and a couple of the other veterans, and I realized that every time we were talking, because of the traffic lights, there'd be a pause of silence and everybody could communicate effectively. And then as soon as the traffic light was green, and then all of a sudden you'd get, cars going both ways. And it was really an irritant to have to wait, just like as you can hear the cars in the background now, as I paused to wait for them to go by. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal. However, the last few days, I've been kind of keeping a track of it, or at least paying attention to the responses of the veterans. Don't get me wrong, some of these veterans are a little bit older, so their hearing they have less hearing than, say, a younger individual. However, it still is an obvious annoyance. As I said, right now, because of the COVID-19, the traffic where I live now is not that bad. However, when school is in session, to my right, your left, there's a school just down the road, and then it'd be like 8 buses in a row right here. It was just unbelievably annoying, just because of the noise. And then if you're trying to back out of your driveway, you gotta wait. Anyway, so I just wanted to bring that to your attention, how noise can be an irritant and can raise your stress level, and most people don't even notice it. However, in the United States, stress is definitely one of the highest killers of adults. Anyway, that's my presentation. I hope that you got a little bit out of this, and have a good day.